Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How are you, dear friend? In the previous videos lecture of set theory, you have learned about set and different types of set and different operation on set. So today we are going to prove some properties of union. Before starting proof of properties of union, we should know about a theorem regarding equality of two set. The theorem statement is if A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A, then A is equal to B. This is a theorem. We will work on it and we will prove the properties of union. Example, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, B is equal to 1, 2, 3. So in this case, A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A. So A is equal to B. We will work on this theorem and we will prove the properties of union. Property number 1, A union A is equal to A. Proof. Let we take an arbitrary element X belong to A union B. It means that as we know that A union B is equal to X such that X belong to A or X belong to B. So this is A union A. So it means that X belong to A or X belong to A. Because X belong to A union B, so X belong to A. This implies that A union B, the subset of A, will take element in A union B and it return in A. So it means that A union B, the subset of A. Now conversely, let X belong to A. So this implies that X belong to A or X belong to A. We take it again. So X belong to A union A, not B. A union A. Sorry. This is A union A. This is A. So X belong to A union A. This implies that A is a subset of A union B. We take element in A and it return in A union A. It means that A is a subset of A union A. So from 1 and 2, we also know that for equality of two set, if A is the subset of B and B is the subset of A, then this implies that A is equal to B. So in this case, A union B is the subset of A and A is the subset of A union B. This means that A union B is equal to A. This is property number 1, proof. Number 2. A union empty is equal to A. Proof. Since empty is a subset of A, obviously as we know that empty set is the subset of every set, this implies that A union empty set is also A. This is proof. Number 3, A union A is equal to A union U is equal to U. This means that A union universal set is equal to universal set. Since A is a subset of universal set, this implies that A union universal will be universal set because A is a subset of U and U is super set. Hence proof. Number 3, A union B is equal to B union A. Proof. First we will take element in A union B. So let X belong to A union B. This means that X belong to A or X belong to E because it is union. So this implies that X belong to B or X belong to A. This implies that X belong to B union A. So the result come in B union A. It means that A union B is the subset of B union A. We take element in A union B and the result, the element again return in B union A. This implies that A union B is the subset of B union A. This is 1. Now conversely, let X belong to B union A. We will take element in B union A. So let X belong to B union A. This implies that X belong to B or X belong to A. This implies that X belong to A or X belong to B. This implies that X belong to A union B. We take element in B union A and it return in A union B. This means that B union A is a subset of A union B. So from the property of equality of two set, if A union B is a subset of B and B union A is a subset of A union B, this implies that from 1 and 2, A union B is equal to B union A. This is proof. Now, property number 5. A union B union C is equal to A union B union C. This is associative property of union. So, we will take element in A union B union C. So, let X belong to X in any arbitrary element. X belong to A union B union C. This implies X belong to A or X belong to B union C. This implies that X belong to A or X belong to B or X belong to C. This implies that X belong to A or X belong to B or X belong to C. So we can write it as X belong to A union B or X belong to C. This implies that X belong to A union B union C. For R we will write U and we will write intersection. X belong to A union B union C. This implies that A union B union C is the subset of A union B union C. Because we take element in A union B union C and the result is returned in A union B union C. So this means that A union B union C is the subset of A union B union C. Now conversely, let X belong to A union B union C. This implies that x belongs to A union B or x belongs to C. This implies that x belongs to A or x belongs to B or x belongs to C. This implies that x belongs to A or x belongs to B or x belongs to C. This implies that x belongs to A or x belongs to B union C, because here is R. So we will write for R U, which is union. This implies that x belongs to A union B union C. So A union B union C is a subset of A union B union C, because we take element in A union B union C and the result is a return in A union B union C. This implies that A union B union C is a subset of A union B union C. So from 1 and 2, A union B union C is equal to A union B union C. Hence, this is the end of the video. Best of luck. Thanks for watching.